All right, guys, so today I'm going to have you guys go through and open up your notebooks if you can, and go ahead and I want you to draw. We're going to do a couple steps on this flow map, and I'm going to kind of get an idea of the main idea of what we are doing, but this is going to be a little unique. This flow map, I actually will go with this third box. It's super important that you do this well. If you want to use a ruler, I eventually want you to create a nice graph in this box as well. And I'm going to create it right here. And we're going to talk about all the different things that are going to be involved with this graph and with the slopes we're taking on here. So okay, so take a look at what you have here. And what I see is I have fraction slopes with plugging in points, and I'm going to show you exactly what I mean when we go ahead and do this. So I want you to write down this y equals, we're going to say 2 over 3x plus 1, and then I'm going to give you an x value, and you're going to have to give me the y value. So your x value is going to be, let me pick 3. Okay? So if my x value is 3, the whole point of this part to set this up, you're going to replace the x value with 3. You're just going to plug in 3 for x. Let me try to make that simpler. Plug in 3 for x. Okay? So you're going to take this 3, and it's going to go right here. We've been doing this a ton without fractions. This one now has a fraction, and it's totally fine. I'm going to show you what to do. So now that you have that, let's go to the next level. Y equals 2 over 3x, but hold up. X got replaced with 3 plus 1. Does that make sense? The x is gone. Now we're going to put the number 3. And now look at what my note's going to say. Use calculator to solve. And now we're going to bring in the calculator. So as I bring in the calculator, I'm going to make it a little smaller so you can see both sides of the screen. So you see that we're going to take this 2/3 and we're going to plug this in. So watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to do 2, and then to do the division sign here, you hit divide 3. Now that's perfect. That's what I want to see there. But look at where my cursor is here. I want to put my cursor, you got to hit the actual keyboard and go to the right. So the cursor is there, okay? And now ignore all this. Don't even worry about that. Now hit times. And now let's go ahead and plug in this number 3. Okay? Do you see how easy that was? 2/3 times 3. And then what's the rest of it? Plus 1. Okay? 2/3 times 3 plus 1. And guess what? We also have another 3 here, and that ends up being our answer. So x was 3, and then we plugged it in. We get y is 3 as well. Okay? Very interesting. Now I'm going to go ahead and move this down, and I want you to see what's happening here. So this next level, I want you to graph y equals 2/3 x plus 1. And if you graph that, I want you to see, and I haven't written any marks yet here on here, but let's go ahead and do that. Try to be neat. This marker's dying. Let me get a new one. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and graph this. So I'm going to go +1 up to 1, 2 over 3. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to put that line, I'm going to draw that line out. Okay. Now, this coordinate, 3, 3. Interesting. 3, 3. X and Y. Do you notice this coordinate anywhere on this graph? Where is that coordinate? Over 3, up 3? Is it right there? And what do you notice about this coordinate? It's also on the line. Okay, so the answer 3, 3 ends up being on the actual line. Let me go ahead and pause this real quick. All right, so now your notes should be out there on the right, and I want you to get good at using your calculator, and we're going to do a couple problems here. So the first problem I'm going to give you, y equals 1 over 4x plus 2, and I'm going to give you an x value, and you're going to have to give me the y, and your x value is going to be 8. Use your calculator, plug it in, and let's see how you guys do. All right, so hopefully you saw the answer. Let's go ahead and pull it up real quick. I'm going to go ahead and open the calculator, and if you still don't get what's happening, I'm only going to show you a couple examples of this. So the 1/4 x plus 2, if we plug it in, I'm going to have 1 divided by 4. Get good at this, guys. You guys can totally handle this. This isn't too tough. And you're going to plug in the 8 times 8 plus 2, and my answer ends up being 4, okay? Take your time, plug these in properly. So your answer would be 4, okay? All right, let's do the next one. I'm going to give you a table. I want you to fill it in. Y equals 2 over 3x. And I want you to write on your whiteboard, or if you have on the table as well, you're more than welcome to do that. Plus 4. And here's your x values. I'm going to say this is 4, -2, and 3. And I want you to go ahead and give me the answers for the x values in order. For this one, this one, this one. The Edpuzzle, it should say the answer for this one, and this one. All right? Now the next one I want you to work on. I want you to find the slope. Old school. Give me the slope between 3, -5, and 2, 8. Okay, and then make sure you set this up right. -5 minus 8, 3 minus 2. If you plug in your calculator, -13 over 1, and that would be your answer, -13. All right, next one. I want you to fill in one more table for me. Y equals 2 over 3x, one more time, minus 8. And here's your table on your whiteboard, or your table that you're using. -6, try that one out. Let's try -12, and let's try 0. And you're going to fill these in, these x and y values, for me to see what you get. Use your calculator. Okay, now you guys are going to do a rally coach together. You're going to be given a rally coach. Remember rally coach? I'm just showing you real quick. We're going to have A and B, and you take turns, okay? Put your names on the rally coach, take turns. You can fold it in half if you want, but A does 1 while B has the calculator and uses the calculator for A. Then B does 2 while A has the calculator. And you're going to go back and forth, okay, for the sub, for Miss Knapp. All right? And then there's also a backside. Do the best you can, finish that, and then you can get your homework. All right, guys. I'll see you on Thursday. Hopefully this was helpful, and you can get some help from the Edpuzzle. You'll watch it again, I believe. Thanks, guys.